Hey. Welcome to day two of the COVID-19 lockdown. In my effort to bring a little light and love to the universe, I want to, this is my series on reflecting and responding as opposed to reacting and attacking. And so I had a really embarrassing situation I want to call myself out on last week. And to get to that point, I need to provide a little context. Last October, Lee and I had a chance to visit Lhasa, Tibet, home of the Dalai Lama's palaces, and the whole spiritual feel of Tibetan Buddhism. And we got to meet a Tibetan Buddhist by the name of Nawan, who was our guide and took us around for 3 days. And over that time, we developed a very nice relationship and learned a lot about him and his life. And his family had been displaced from the village that they grew up in and put into a government built apartment complex that the Chinese, in their efforts to upgrade the Silk Road, which we all learned about in grade school, I learned about in grade school, and how they're upgrading it to the Silk Superhighway. So in the name of progress, things get moved around, and so I had kind of developed a little bit of with books that I had read, movies that I'd seen, etc., had kind of this perspective. And then fast forward a little bit, I come back and I take an acting class on the Meisner technique for you actors. And the whole emphasis is using realistic emotions in imaginary circumstances. So how do you bring, to somebody else's words, real emotion? And couple of very talented students that were in my class. Kayla, who is a voice teacher on her way to Berkeley, and Maya, who is a voiceover specialist. And hopefully we'll get their contact information if you my effort to hype the small businesses. In the scene, Maya and I were going back and forth, and she was I forgot what her actual role was. I was a yoga student, and I was coming in to tell her how awesome she was as a yoga instructor. And we got into this conversation, and then she accused me of being racist. Racist? I grew up in Hawaii. I wear a Tibetan bracelet. How can I be racist? So that it bothered me, and I let her know that bothered me. She still accepted my friend request on Facebook, but nonetheless, something I took to heart. And so last week, I'm in a Wrestler's Bagel shop there in Mechanicsburg, having our Friday morning breakfast with the guys I work out with at the gym. And we're talking about COVID-19 and the spread and testing and, et cetera, et cetera. And, when did people really know what was happening? And in my infinite ability to react and attack, I said, I first became aware of this when the Chinese were building 2 hospitals in 6 days. You see, I've been to China, and I know they don't care about their people. Where did that come from? So I felt bad, actually, ever since I said it, and hadn't talked about it until now. And what I realized is that I am, when I'm scared, when I'm fearful, that when my faith is down and my trust is out the window, that I will go to attacking so that I don't have to reflect and respond in a way that really says that where I'm at. Instead of me saying I'm afraid, I'd rather attack and say it's your fault. So that's a real shortfall in my makeup, and that I am trying to, some would call it a character defect, that I'm working on to get better. There is a, Zenzi is a Confucian disciple, and he laid out 3 questions he asked himself each day. Have I been fair with the people that I represent in representing their interest? Have I been honest with my friends? And 3, probably the most important, is, have I practiced what I've been taught? Good questions to ask myself. There's another, if we go to another part of the world, Sufism, a guy by the name of Rumi, which I'm sure many people have seen the posters and memes. He talks about 3 gates I should pass through before I open my mouth. Is it true? Is it necessary? And is it kind? And if I can answer yes to all of those, then I should say it. So I just need to pause. That's what we got. I'm not the man I should be, and I'm not the man I could be. But by the grace of God, I'm not the man I used to be. Love and aloha, everybody. See you soon.